Maruf sat alone at a corner table in a dimly lit Brooklyn cafe, scrolling through photos on his DSLR camera. The sound of coffee machines and low chatter filled the air. He sipped his coffee absent-mindedly, hyper-focused on the images. The same photo of Mia, a 12-year-old Asian girl, kept appearing as he scrolled. Maruf had a habit of gooning when he took photos of her. Across the cafe, the door chimed as Mia entered, followed by her older brother Ken. She spotted Maruf immediately and tugged on Ken's sleeve.
Whispers, "That's him, that's the guy."
Ken looked up and locked eyes with Maruf. Maruf tensed.
Quiet but firm. "Hey man, you took pictures of my sister, didn't you?"
Maruf hesitated, trying to act confused.
What? I take pictures of everything.
Ken grabbed the camera off the table. Maruf flinched but didn't resist. Ken flipped through the photos. His expression hardened.
"What the hell is wrong with you?"
Other patrons in the cafe began to notice the exchange. A couple of heads turned.
To Ken, "Just let it go, let's go."
"Hell no, this guy's a creep." To Maruf, "You a pervert, man? You just go around taking pictures of little girls."
Maruf swallowed hard, looking around. People were watching.
Listen, I just take street photography, all right? It's not what you think.
Ken took a deep breath, trying to stay composed, but his fists were clenched.
"You better delete every single one of those now."
Maruf hesitated. Ken leaned in close.
"Or I call the cops."
Maruf, trapped, slowly deleted the photos, his hands shaking. Ken watched every move.
"Let's just go, Ken."
Ken shoved the camera back into Maruf's chest.
"You ever pull this shit again, I'll do more than just talk."
Ken and Mia turned to leave. Maruf stared after them, his face darkening. A mix of humiliation and anger brewed beneath the surface.
"Those photos, delete them."
Maruf stammered, confused. "Maruf, I don't understand."
"Don't play dumb. My sister saw you, taking pictures of her."
His voice was low and dangerous, sending shivers down Maruf's spine. Maruf's heart hammered in his chest. He glanced around. The other cafe patrons had stopped their conversations, their eyes glued to the unfolding drama. He felt a blush creep up his neck, hot and shameful. "Maruf, I wasn't," Maruf began, but the words caught in his throat. The girl's brother leaned closer, his face inches from Maruf's.
"Delete them or you'll regret it."
Maruf's fingers trembled as he fumbled with the camera controls. Shame washed over him, hot and suffocating. He wanted to explain, to scream that he wasn't some creep, but the words wouldn't come. He could feel the weight of the other customers' gazes, their whispers like poison in his ears. He deleted the photos one by one, each click of the button a tiny nail hammered into the coffin of his humiliation. The girl, Mia, watched with cold satisfaction as the images disappeared. Her brother Ken didn't move. His gaze, hard and unforgiving, held Maruf captive.
"Get a life."
Ken finally spat, his voice dripping with contempt. He turned and pulled his sister away, leaving Maruf trembling in their wake. Maruf sat there for what felt like an eternity, the silence in the cafe deafening. The other customers averted their gazes, returning to their conversations in hushed tones.
Did you see what happened?
Yeah, poor guy. What's his story?
He felt exposed, stripped bare by the accusation and the shame. He gathered his things, his hands shaking so badly he almost spilled his coffee. As he left the cafe, he could feel their eyes on his back, judging, whispering.
What a mess.
"Let's go, Mia. We've seen enough."
He wanted to disappear, to melt into the pavement. Later at home, the confrontation played over and over in Maruf's mind. He sat on his bed, the camera heavy in his hands. The joy he usually found in photography felt tainted, poisoned by the encounter. He wished he had said something, defended himself. But the words had abandoned him, leaving him drowning in a sea of humiliation. As he reached for his phone, a notification flashed on the screen. It was a text message from an unknown number.
You think this is over? We're watching you.
Maruf's blood ran cold. He was not safe, not anymore. This was only the beginning.